Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03 and welcome to my analysis of the recently revealed Powerpuff Girls 2016 LEGO sets. Not too excited for this one, but let's just get right into it with what I consider to be the lesser of the two not very great sets, Mojo Jojo Strikes. Great name, I must admit, but the builds are not. But before we get to the builds, let's start with the minifigures. Blossom and Buttercup are just the versions from Dimensions, because, I mean, giving them a new expression would have been too difficult, I guess. You know, giving them, like, a different mouth, or slightly different eyes. Maybe I don't know, maybe giving them little skirt pieces or triple molded legs that their shirts carry down a bit over the legs like they should. I don't know, it just seems really lazy to just get the exact same minifigures again. Then we get Mojo Jojo, who, to be fair, is pretty good. We don't really have a good look at his torso yet, but I like his head mold and his expression, and I also like the print for his brain. That's nice. Pretty good figure there. And then we have Donnie the Unicorn. It's a fine build, I guess. I mean, like, in terms of brick-built LEGO unicorns, this is pretty much the only one, and it's fine. It looks like the character, I guess. But then we have the builds. Okay, so Mojo Jojo gets a car from LEGO Dimensions. Oh wait, no, LEGO Dimensions cars looked a lot better than this. Never mind. I mean, seriously, what is up with that windshield? Could LEGO not have figured out something better for that? And the stud shooter and walker is just completely tacked on. It looks not so bad. Then for the other builds, we have an ice cream shop that looks like it belongs in a junior set, and a jewelry shop that looks like it's 20 pieces. You can really tell LEGO put a lot of effort into this $30 set. But I mean, hey, at least we have a robot with some dynamite. That's pretty good. But yeah, I'm not getting this set. I really hate it. I mean, again, we have the Mojo Jojo figure, which is pretty good, but one minifigure is not worth $30. Although, I mean, if you didn't get the Dimensions Powerpuff Girls sets, then maybe this could be worth it for the 3 figures, although, personally, I would still pass. But anyway, I mean, like, if you really need LEGO Powerpuff Girls and you really hate Dimensions and you just love this show and you need it in your life, sure, get this set. You could spend... There are worse things to spend money on, I guess. But moving on to the slightly better set, we have the Princess Morbuck's Playground Showdown, or whatever the set's called. I think it might actually just be Bubbles Playground Showdown. It's called a thing. Anyway, first off, we get Bubbles with Power Blasts, which is pretty cool. At first, I was wondering why Bubbles was the only one that got Power Blasts, and why we didn't get them for... or Buttercup or Blossom, because, like, they do... having one in one hand would work pretty well for, like, the energy coming out of one hand when they're flying up. So at first I was a bit confused, but then I realized that they only did this because they already had the Power Blast pieces in blue, and they didn't feel like remolding them into other colors, so we just get them here. And of course, Bubbles is also just a reprint. Octi is a pretty nice design. I like the little lavender rocket piece used for the octopus legs. That's pretty clever. And then we get Princess Morbucks, who's probably my favorite figure in these sets. I think her face might be printed a bit too far down on her chin. She kind of looks like one of the Jazzwares Juvie figures, if you remember those. But it's a pretty nice figure. I like the head mold, it's complex. The torso print's nice. I like getting the tutu in lavender. The mech, though, is really simple. Although it definitely looks very stringy, and I hate that 4x4 plate in the middle. Like, I guess that's supposed to be the tutu, but with it being the same color as the other mech, it just doesn't come across like that. It just looks like there's a giant random disc. And it looks kind of bad, but I mean, I do like how the arms have stud shooters and those little gorilla hands. Those are nice, at least. I like the arms, and I like the legs. I mean, like, honestly, just remove that disc, and this works as a pretty small mech. The other builds are basically just for the outside of a kindergarten playground. You have that like jukebox with the 2 records. So that can't be a jukebox, but not a jukebox. A boombox was what I meant to say, but it can't be one since it has records and it's not a box. So I don't know what is that, but, I mean, nice parts at least, several prints. You have the Powerpuff smartphone printed on a 1x2 tile, because that's cringy and terrible. Because, fun fact, the reason the Powerpuff Girls had a little toy talking phone in the original show was because it was cute, and it was a play on the bat phone or whatever. It was a cute idea, because they're 4-year-olds, so of course their superhero phone would just be a little toy phone. It doesn't work when you give them a smartphone. But anyway, then you have, like, a table with a couple sandwiches and a sandwich catapult. Then you have a slide, which is fine. Then you have, like, I guess a clock with a couple of lockers or cubbies or something. That's kind of crappy. I don't know, maybe those are, like, to put your shoes that minifigures can't remove. And then you have the little, what's it called? The spinny thing. Whatever that's called, you get one. So, yeah, I mean, like, for 20 bucks... This is an okay set. I mean, I'm still not getting it, but, I mean, this is definitely a better value than this one. So if you were to get a Powerpuff Girls 2016 set in 2018, the show's just called Powerpuff 2016 anyway, get this one, because, like, you get a lot of nice playground builds. You could use, the slide and the spinny thing. Those could just be used in, like, a city environment. Add them to your Fun at the Park or whatever you feel like. You get a lot of nice printed pieces. The mech's fine. It's a good set. This one, though, is hot garbage. Stay far away from it. And yeah, those are really just my opinions. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye.